Did you see Hailey Bieber's TikTok that was like, get unready with me? I just got home from
After
work. Yeah, there was somebody. Did you see the one stitch that was like, she talking out here like she just got home from her 9 to
Yes,
5.
I saw that one.
At
They're like,
Target.
please, I had to pause this after you said work. But who knows? Maybe she's running a brand, so she has to work. But
It was like when Michaela said that one time, the makeup girl. She was like, it is so hard being an influencer. Like, I had to record
yeah,
so much today. Did you see that she's like in a bunch of shit again with some self tanner person?
dude, why? Because she's like falsely reviewing again, or
So,
no?
yeah, I mean, I don't want to like spread misinformation. I did not do a full deep dive on this, but from what I understand, there's this guy who created this company called Illusion Bronze, and it's a self tanner company that you go onto the website, you take a quiz, you tell it like your hair, your eye color, your skin tone, blah, blah, blah. And there's like 1,000 different shades it can custom mix for you, and it custom mixes your best color of spray, like self tan. So, I guess this is like actually insane. So, from what I understand, the guy reached out to Michaela and was like, if I send you some of this, will you talk about it? And she said yes. He sends it. She never posts a video about it. But in
Oh shit.
preparation to her posting the video about it, this guy orders $10,000 worth of inventory. So now he's like bitching at her, being like, well, you never
Shit.
posted the video, blah, blah, blah. But there was no like actual contract from this is why contracts are so important. From what I
Yeah.
understand, he just kind of took like that verbal agreement, is like, I'll do this. But then the kicker is apparently a big brand knocked off this Illusion Bronze brand, sent some to Michaela, and Michaela posted a video about them. And it's like the
Stop.
same technology or whatever, where it's like, oh, you take this quiz, it tells you the
No.
best. Yeah, but it's like a direct ripoff of the Illusion Bronze. So
Yikes.
yeah, so she has just been like, people are, which I think the guy's an idiot, honestly, for ordering $10,000 worth of inventory
Right. In
without a
hopes.
contract. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's your own problem, but
Yeah.
kind of
Okay.
shitty of her to not, unless the product didn't work and she was like, I'm going to save him the embarrassment and just not post the
Mm-hmm.
video. But to then do a collaboration with the other brand, like, it's a little fucked up.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, yeah, you need those contracts, and
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. That influencer life. I saw this girl post a video, and she was talking about like the outrageous pricing that influencers
Influencer.
Christ. Like what they're charging for their like videos. Like one video, this girl had like 200,000 followers. One video was $3,700. Like so crazy.
I just like, I
It's
don't
wild.
disagree with it because the content is
No.
a lot of work, but I also think
Yeah, it's
some
just wild.
influencers have gotten like so ballsy because it's like they're forgetting the point of the whole thing is to influence a bunch of people to buy something. And I think a lot of people don't have a lot of like actual
Yeah.
influence over their audiences just because they have the follower number. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh,
I
they
think,
don't. Yeah, there's people
yeah,
with like millions of followers and they don't make a penny and they don't influence anyone. They're just like
no.
solely entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Like
There's
that's
like,
it.
I know I've told this story on TikTok, but a few years ago I worked with a wedding venue and this girl reached out to them and was like, I have 150,000 followers. Like, let me have my wedding there and blah, blah, blah. And they did because they just saw the number. Like, they just saw 150,000 followers. And
No.
well, okay. So, and I said all of this in the TikTok video, so I don't feel bad saying it here. And okay, wait, which part do I need to start with? So basically, she made a couple videos. They got like 200 views, which no judgment. Some
Yikes.
of my videos get 200 views, but like
But we don't have
for a free
150,000
wedding,
followers.
well, right. But also in exchange for a fucking wedding venue. Like, are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
that's
But the problem was this girl, her following was built off of her, and this is zero judgment, zero shame. Like, quite literally, I'm the last person to judge somebody about doing something like this. But she was on TikTok in like bikinis and like anime
mm-hmm.
costumes and like like just dressing up and like jumping around to songs. And like it was all
Yeah,
like creepy old men that followed her. And like
right.
she had
So
no
did they
audience.
not look through her content and like
Well,
not see
no,
that it
because they
doesn't
were
align?
No,
Like,
they were like a little bit older. All they heard was 150,000 followers on TikTok. Fuck yeah,
right.
let's give her a free wedding. Like, we'll get so much
That's
out of
crazy.
this. Yeah, it was actually insane. Like, I mean, I had nothing to do with that, but they just told me about it. But like,
That's on them.
a
Good
100%
for
on them.
her
It
getting
was
your
honest.
bag.
I know. It was honestly like, I'm glad you have to learn the lesson this way and not me have to like tell you why this
Mm-hmm.
isn't a good idea. But
That's crazy.
yeah, I mean, it was no like cash out of their pocket. They just obviously couldn't book a
Right.
wedding that weekend, but like that's kind of huge. So,
Yeah, that's a lot of money, but that's on them.
yeah.
That's
Well,
wild.
speaking of your brand and what kind of brand you're building,
Circling right back in.
circling back to
Beep,
the
beep,
top.
beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, hard left turn here. Um, we're talking about branding today. Well, I mean, honestly,
Yes.
I think we're just kind of like bullshitting today, but we're definitely
Yeah,
going to talk
honestly.
about branding.
Branding, rebranding,
Mm-hmm.
because we kind of both have gone through a little mini rebrand. Not like
Yes.
a whole rebrand, not the whole like logo and new
No.
color palettes. Like it's
A
still what,
refresh.
yeah, it needed a little bit of
Spice.
zhuzh. A
Zhuzh.
zhuzh. A zhuzh zhuzh.
Wait, I just saw
Just
a
a weird.
TikTok earlier of a girl and she was like explaining this drink that she got. It was actually a strawberry breeze from Swig. And she
Mm.
was like, it normally comes with regular water in it, but I got it with sparkling water for a little bit of jizz. And she like starts laughing and she's like, wait, what word am I trying to say? And like she starts talking to somebody else. It is so fucking
Oh
funny.
my god, you
I
know
was
what
like,
else made me laugh? Now that we're just talking about like words people mess up. Off topic. Alex Earl made a video the other day. I saw it, like going to the Dolphins game, and it was in
mm-hmm.
Kansas City, and it was like freezing. And she said, "There's gonna be." I can't say. Oh my god, I'm crying. There's gonna be a -30 windshield. Not wind chill.
Wait,
Wind.
and she was like serious?
And everyone in
Oh
the
my
comments
God.
were like, oh my god. They were like, you're so cute.
But it's wind chill.
I'm literally crying. Oh my god. It
That
was
is
I
so
I
funny.
peed, but I forgot to even send you this and say it. Oh my god, I'm crying.
There's just a
Whew.
dog walking up to my front door right now.
Hello? By itself?
This woman is riding a bike with her dog off a leash following her, and he's just going up to everybody's front doors.
Oh, hello.
I love that for you. Oh my god, that's funny. Wait,
God, that's hilarious.
Speaking of crying. Now that we're both crying, can I tell you something else that's made me cry this week? I literally
Yeah.
had to write this down so I didn't forget to tell you about it. Did you see the girl that won Miss America? It was either
No.
like last night or the night before. So her name is Madison Marsh. She's in the Air Force. She graduated from Harvard and she just won Miss America. Like,
Holy shit.
how do you sleep? Like, are
Yeah,
you
I
okay?
couldn't
That's
be
so
me.
fucking much. But
That's
I
crazy.
bawled because specifically I saw her best friend post a video of her reacting to watching her win. And the
Oh,
best friend and the sister are like screaming. And I was like,
that's
that would
so
be me if you
cute.
were ever up there winning Miss America. Like, I would be your
Bro,
biggest
hell
supporter.
no.
Yeah, I know, me either. Like, absolutely not. But like,
Play the
it was
flute.
so cute. But that made me bawl like out of happiness earlier. Like, I was
That's so
crying.
cute.
That's what made all of
Aw.
my eyelashes fall off.
I just ordered new ones. They're like the wispies, like because I have regular volume ones, but I ordered the wispy ones. So we'll see how they are. They're on their way. Anyway, yeah, back to it. Now that we've sidetracked 17 fucking times in a matter
We've
of
taken
14
47 left
minutes.
turns. Oops. Oops.
It's giving I missed every exit on the highway. So
Yeah. It's giving reroute.
reroute,
Taking the
rebrand.
scenic view. Yeah, rebrand.
Anyway, yeah,
Okay,
back to it.
rebranding. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
we both obviously just went through like a little refresh. And I mean, I feel like 100 times better just with life
Same.
in general and everything being, because we were just
Mm-hmm.
talking about it the other night. Like, it was just so hard with everything being so outdated that, like, if I had to add something to my website, I felt like I was like adding it to somewhere that it didn't really fit.
Yeah.
So like I needed to just take the time to like redo everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
everything in my life was redone that weekend. So
It looks so good. So good.
yeah,
I love
your
your
highlights
website.
look amazing today too. I know, and your website is currently under construction right now, so can't wait to see
Yeah.
that.
I need to work on
Good
I need
luck.
to like sit down for the weekend
Yeah.
and do it
Yeah.
and just like focus on it. I don't think I have anything this weekend, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that because it's just like not I had somebody do it and it's very like I was telling you, it was very like
Mhm.
corporate professional, which is fine because like that's who I was kind of attracting in the beginning, like very like I don't know,
Mhm.
professionals.
Professional.
And now I just feel like after
Like,
3
I'm gonna
years of
drop
owning
F
my own business,
bombs.
yes, like I feel like this past year I've kind of more stepped into like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm finally aligned with like the clients I have and like they all see me on like my podcast and I'm not shy to just like text
Mhm.
them like fuck yeah or like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I feel like I found more of my like brand voice and tone of voice and I feel like you
Mhm.
were like a really big inspiration for me for that too because I feel like
Just
I could
out
like
here
just
pulling
be
fucks out
myself.
of people left and right.
Yeah. Okay, you took a cute moment and you
And I ruined it. Wait, no, that's like actually gonna make me cry. That's why I responded like that, because I respond with like humor to things that are nice. Well, I was gonna say
my
too, like I've
god.
noticed a
Okay.
lot more of that from you. Not that you weren't like that before, but I think
Yeah.
over the last year specifically, I think you and myself have both just like really stepped
Mhm.
into this like place of really
Yeah.
fully understanding that like what you do and say is going to attract those people. So like I'm not
Mhm.
scared to drop an F bomb because I know that my like perfect client wouldn't be annoyed by that.
Right. And like you know they would be doing the same thing, but I think I was so
Yes.
scared because last year I just didn't have those clients that were like
Mhm.
aligned with that I was like, "Oh my god, what if they see this?" or like are they going to think something of me? And
For
now I'm
sure.
like I have the best clients that text me all the time and like we're
Mhm.
just shooting the shit all the time and they like our like podcast reels all the time and they just know that that's me and I don't feel scared now to
Mhm.
and I wish I didn't feel that way in the beginning, but
But
I
I
feel
did
like when
too, like
you're
I get it.
you're starting your
Yeah.
business, you're like kind of like testing the water of like, okay, well, how
I
do I
don't want to
approach
come
this?
in
Should I
too
just
hot.
yeah, and people be like,
Mhm.
okay, she's aggressive to be like talking like that
Yeah.
and it's in moderation. I'm not just like throwing an F bomb everywhere. Like it's
No.
just when it's
Cuz
needed.
some people I do think it's too much. Like some people I see
Yes.
it and I'm like, "Oh my
Like, are you
god."
ready
Like
to show the fuck up and get fucking going and fucking like it's just a lot. It's like, okay.
yeah, I mean, at least over the last year specifically, I can definitely say for sure. Like I've watched you kind of, I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like not like open
Blossom
up,
a
but
little more.
blossom. Yeah. But like not that you weren't before. Like I just feel like you're really
No, I
stepping
just feel
into
like I
this
wasn't
energy
on that.
now.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
on that level. I feel like I'm so much more confident now and
Mm-hmm.
like well because this year too I established so many more things in my business and
Mm-hmm.
like raised my prices on a lot of people and
Yeah,
finally found those people that align with me and I feel like same for you. Like we were
for
just
sure.
looking back at what you were writing in 2022 of like hope I'm done with these clients and
Yeah.
like you did that and we both
Bye.
went through that. I feel like we went through very similar things this year of like we were just always on the same wavelength. And
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah, we like have
when
weirdly.
we weren't posting
Yeah.
and we've weirdly been on like the same. I mean, I think we're just turning into one person and that's
I
what it
do
is.
too. And I also
But
think a lot of it too is like, I don't know. I feel like we're like motivating each other to like get back into
yeah.
things and like not. Cause I feel like even if you think like last year, I think very frequently we were telling each other, like, it's okay that you're not posting. And you're like, no, it's okay
Yeah.
that you're not posting. Like, not like
Uh-huh.
trying to make ourselves feel better about it. But I think it, a year ago, I think we were like a little more concerned about it. Whereas like towards the end of the
Mhm.
year, we were just kind of like, we'll get back to it. Like, let's just like figure some other shit
Yeah.
out, figure our
We
own
had
shit
so much
out.
going on. We
So
have
much
had
happening.
a very busy year, and especially even
Yes.
now this past couple months, like as you guys know, we just launched our social media manager blueprint. If you don't know,
Mhm.
check out the episode before this one. We just came out with a blueprint for social media managers. So like we worked on that for months. Like
Yes.
Gabby
We
texted
had
me and she
shit
was like,
going
"You think
on.
I do a lot?" She's like, "I can't even believe you're like have all these clients. You run Benny's account. You and Lex have been working on this. You guys do your podcast. You post every single day on the podcast. Like we've been
Like we
really
do a
freaking
lot.
busy. We do a lot, and I think that's why with the psychic reading from Lauren, it said to
Yeah.
slow down this year.
Mhm. I know. That's why I've like just been taking January to, I mean, super like not vulnerable moment, but like maybe again, maybe a little too open for the internet, but like I have technically an open client spot right now that I've just been like
Mm-hmm.
chilling with that extra time, and like I haven't had this
Yeah,
extra time like in a
so
very
long.
long time. Yeah, so it's just been like I feel like for so far in January, like literally every free moment that I have that I'm not doing client work, I'm like organizing something, like whether it's in my business or like
Mm-hmm.
online, something. Like I've there's just been so much happening that I'm just taking this month to be like, okay, regroup. February, we're then coming in hot with new content, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean, hopefully before that, but for sure
Can't
by
wait
February.
for you to be back.
She's back,
Can't wait.
baby. The bitch is back.
Yeah,
Bet you
she
thought you saw the
is.
end of me.
But yeah, rebranding. So
Yes,
it doesn't have to
rebranding.
be this crazy big launch. Like we didn't really announce anything on
Mm-mm.
like either of our accounts being like, okay, we're rebranding everything. Like literally it was just clearing out. And if you're trying to do like a mini refresh, mini rebrand, maybe like somebody messaged me and they were like, your stories aren't annoying because I posted and I was like, sorry in advance. I'm about to post like 30 stories, but
Mm-hmm.
she was like, this isn't annoying. This actually just inspired me to like do the same thing. I have
Somebody
so many
else said that to
things.
me. I was like,
I
yes,
love
bitch,
that.
go.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, do it because it feels so good to just maybe things that don't align with you anymore, like the content that I
Mm-hmm.
was posting last year. I'm like, I wouldn't maybe say that now, or like the way I did, or like the people I
Mm-hmm.
was trying to attract, like I wouldn't have said it that way or post that. So it's okay to just like archive some things, like completely delete your highlights,
Mm-hmm.
add new things, like what aligns with you. And doesn't have to be like so off from your current branding. Like I just bought templates because
Mm-hmm.
I like am not great at Canva. So
First of all,
I bought
yes, you
like
are.
templates. No,
But
I'm
also,
not.
it's
I
really
literally put all
can.
our titles all the way at the freaking top and you can't see it on the
I mean, I
story.
didn't notice that either when I was looking at them. So, like, clearly my brain wasn't working either. But something that's really cool that, like, helps with the whole, because, like, I went back and deleted a ton of content, but there was also a lot on there that I didn't want to delete. And you can just
Mm-hmm.
change the cover of your reel to
Yeah.
match your new kind of like vibe. I mean, some of
Yeah,
mine, if
that's
you
what I
scroll
did too.
back far enough, like some of them I couldn't change, like the posts, like carousel posts. So, like, some of it
Mm-hmm.
looks a little different, but at this point, I'm like, let me just like get some new content going and then I'll archive some of the old stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's lots of, I mean, even with us, like, I think, I mean, I know we both changed our profile picture when we got the pictures done with Jess, but like,
Yeah.
changed highlights, updated bios, like, just really gave everything kind of this like refresh that again
Or
didn't
snip
require,
feeds, like we
yeah,
did
like it,
those.
yeah. And it didn't need to be like this whole production of like, I have a new
Yeah.
launch coming on this day. And if you want to do it that way, that's fine. But a whole rebrand slash like revamp refresh doesn't have to be like, oh, new logo, new
No.
website, new whatever. It can be just getting rid of old to make room for new and
Mm-hmm.
apply that everywhere in your life. But
Exactly.
and like
Every
we've
couple
seen,
months,
mhm. And
look at
we've seen a
everything.
lot of like bigger brands go through rebrands too. Like we actually talked about Dunkin' like changing
Yeah.
that one day, but I
Mm-hmm.
feel like Abercrombie is the one that comes to mind for everybody like going through the rebrand, because Abercrombie used to be like even just the aesthetic of it, like everything used to have the moose on it or like the number. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's 87, or is that Aeropostale? One of the
Yes.
numbers.
What was that? Yeah, the
72. I
number.
think it was 72,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was something like that.
It was something like that. But everything had like that
Mm-hmm.
little like emblem on it. And now
Yeah.
Abercrombie is like the go-to place for like professional clothes almost, or like super well
Wild.
like put together. Yeah, it's so weird. But they
Basics,
also
like staple capsule
yeah.
wardrobe. It's crazy.
Yes. Are you leaving?
Because I remember.
Love you. Sorry, he's leaving for work. He
Bye,
said, "Can I
Tot.
say bye?" Bye. Love you.
Ew.
She said, "Ew." He said, "Bye, V."
Bye, Tot. It's like every episode now. I'm like, bye, Tot.
Bye, Ted.
Wait, what was I about to say? Oh,
I know.
I feel like
Sorry.
no, it's fine. Forever 21 used to be, I feel like the hot, like, I used to shop Forever
Hmm.
21 all the time. And now I feel like they're more like for the teens. And correct me if I'm wrong if you
Yes.
still shop Forever 21, like Slay. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it used to be the Abercrombie, but now, I don't know. Like Abercrombie's kind of getting it.
Yeah. And like, did you ever just like the nostalgia of this whole topic? And I'll turn it to something to do with branding, I swear. But like, did you ever go to like Deb or like Rue 21? Like,
Rue
there were
21,
just like these
Charlotte
very,
Russe.
yes, like there were these
Mm-hmm.
very specific stores for like us. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just us. That's the best way I can explain it.
Yes.
Like, I remember being obsessed with those places. Like,
Me too. Like Charlotte
obsessed.
Russe, you always went there for your
Mhm.
dresses, for like
Yep.
anything.
We
Wet and
would
what was it? It was
literally
like not Wet and Wild. It was something like
Wet Seal. Oh my
Wet
god.
Seal.
Yes, I loved Wet
Wet
Seal. I
Seal.
got a prom dress one year at Wet Seal.
Same. Those pencil skirts had a
Oh, the
chokehold on
pencil.
us.
Well, I was gonna say a maxi skirt. I entered my maxi skirt era with Charlotte Russe with their like 2 for 30 or whatever. Like, it was always me and my best friend from college. We would always go to Charlotte Russe, and everything was always like 2 for whatever. So we would just have
Yes.
the literal same wardrobe, but like in a different color or pattern. And it was just all from Charlotte Russe. Oh my
Yep.
God. What a
Good
time.
times. I know. But yeah,
What a time.
they've been killing it, and this is like the perfect example of growing with your audience
Mm-hmm.
because it's like the same with artists. Like you have to either grow with like Nicki Minaj, I feel like is a good example too. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
never really rebranded, but you pivot and you change because
Mm-hmm.
your audience is also changing and growing. So like they might not relate to what it was a couple years ago or like even a couple months ago. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, looking at my content too, I'm like, "Ugh, I don't really love what I was posting last year. Like,
I don't
and
like
it's
what I
okay.
posted last
No,
week.
Sam. I don't
Like,
even want to look at my stuff from last week.
I feel like Taylor Swift. I feel like, oh God, I swear I'm not like diehard. I always say
I
this.
heard you singing it because I heard you in my headphones
Oh,
when I was taking
because,
Benny out. I heard you sing
because
it.
we used it from that one trend for one of my clients this morning. It's on Core 4 if you want to see it. It was
Oh, Alexa's such a Swiftie now.
I really am. I mean, I really am. It's like kind
You
of freaking
are.
me out a little bit. But no, I was just going to say her eras, like that's a brand. That's literally every different
Yes.
era is a different brand of
Oh
Taylor
yeah.
Swift. And like I
That's
feel
like a
like
perfect
that's so
example.
and I heard another example recently. I don't remember where I heard this, but it was like remember when you were a kid and like you would play like Bratz dolls and it was like, well, I'm Jade. Like I'm Jade. You
Mm-hmm.
literally cannot tell me that I'm not Jade. Or like Spice Girls. Everybody would be like, I want to be like Sporty Spice or Baby Spice or
Yeah.
whatever. Like that's you associating yourself like with the different personal brands
Mm-hmm.
like of these things. So it's just like
Yeah.
crazy to think how much it actually is in our everyday lives, like even from
Oh
childhood. Like
yeah.
we're relating with these people's I mean, well, I don't know how much you're relating to like Sporty Spice at like 7 years old, but you see that and you're like, that's what I want to be, or like that's who I want to be.
Yes.
So like
Mm-hmm.
good and bad things. But yeah, artists, like basically everything comes with a brand
Yeah.
essentially. And you can either stay relevant for that one time, or I think you can
Mm-hmm.
evolve with your audience. Cause like even Abercrombie, like weren't they like called out for like treating their employees really bad and like being super racist and like
Really?
discriminating people at work? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they like
Huh.
put a public statement out about that. And I thought that had a lot to do with like their whole rebrand was they were like apologizing for what had happened in the past and saying they were like moving forward with a
Hmm.
new phase. I don't know though. Again, I
I'm
could be
sure.
spreading a lot of misinformation
I
here, but
did
I'm
not
pretty sure they
see
had to
it,
make
but
like a
I'm
public
sure.
statement. Yeah. Pretty sure they had a public statement at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I'm
yeah, I
sure.
mean, speaking from a personal brand experience, like I said, I feel like light, I feel like airy, I feel
I
ready to
know.
fucking go. Like I'm ready to like
Mm-hmm.
add more things. Cause even with my highlights, like my client highlight was from like 2021. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, bitch, like get your shit
they're
together.
gone.
Yeah, I haven't
Who
worked
are
with them
these
in 2
people?
years. Like, let's get them gone. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I just feel so ready to like continue adding now that the foundation is where
Yes.
it needs to be. But I
Me
like
too.
feel different. Like I feel different
I feel so different,
and I
and
like it.
it same. I'm like, we're in a new era, and it's not
I
even
know.
just because it's the new year. I feel like we were just like anticipating, waiting, and especially with like new stuff that we were launching, I feel like it was just the timing just worked out that it was in
Mhm.
January, but I feel like
Yeah.
we were already kind of planning that when it was going to happen, but I wasn't planning on like, okay, like 2024, it has to be January,
Yeah,
but it
no,
just
it
worked out
just
that way.
happened.
It's a good start. I mean, the first of the month,
Oh yeah.
like
I'm
good
like
start to just so I guess yeah, that brings us like when is it the right time to do a rebrand? Literally
mhm.
whenever, but when it
Whenever.
feels right for you and when you have the time to be able to sit down and spend the time to do it or have somebody else do it for you, but like one of my clients sold out of her products for like 2 weeks and still sold out, but like for 2 weeks we weren't really creating much content. So I'm like, okay, I'm using this time to like do my own
Mhm.
stuff and like work on the rebrand. So like whenever you have that time, utilize it, and it doesn't all have to be done like, in a month or whatever. Like it can be little steps. Like
Mhm.
did I archived everything. I uploaded like all new cover photos, and then I started creating content. So now I'm posting like three times a week. But I just uploaded all my highlights yesterday. So it's been like 2 weeks of me
Mhm.
posting content. But I just uploaded the new highlights. My website's under construction, so like it's not all at once. And I know a lot of people
Mhm.
will probably be like, "No, you have to launch everything at one time." But
I mean, it's
it's
like
really when it's right for
satisfying to
you.
do that, but yeah,
It
but
is,
it's
yeah,
yeah. I mean, it took me weeks. Like I for every Saturday
yeah.
for like 3 or 4 weekends in a row, like legit was working on nothing
Mm-hmm.
but that. But I mean, I think that's even a good place to start like if you are like looking at the finish line
Hi,
instead of
Nucky.
like yeah, he's whining to go outside actually. But like just starting oh, he's so annoying. But just starting small and like starting with one thing at a time. And I mean, even for me, like my highlights, like just the way that my brain works, like I needed to write that all out in a Google Doc before I like
Mm-hmm.
moved it onto the actual slide. So like
Yeah.
start by getting yourself prepared. But like if again you're looking at it and you're like, oh my God, there's so many things that I need to do, like literally take one day a month and block out like 12 hours. Like literally put it as an appointment on your calendar and like from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'm doing nothing but focusing on this and just
Yeah.
like get it done. I just opened the back door and they're fending for themselves out there. So
Perfect.
we'll see how that goes. There might be 5 holes in my yard when I go outside, but it's fine.
Literally me with Benny and Quincy here.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, yoga
Oh
is
yeah.
bad.
Wait, is his surgery tomorrow or Wednesday?
Tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, how are you feeling?
Yep. Scared.
Okay. Well, it'll all be okay. What time do you have to
It's
go?
gonna be okay. He said, "You talk about me."
I'm talking about you, Benny.
It's at 8 a.m. Nice and early, huh? And then they keep him all day. I'm sad.
Oh,
I
she's
miss
leaving
him.
tomorrow morning too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Oh my god, you're gonna be
sad.
dogless for a few hours. It's gonna be so
I
weird.
know. It's so weird. Like when he gets groomed or something, I'm like,
Yeah.
what do I do? Like you're not
I'm
here.
not responsible. That's why I
Oh,
used to
breath
take
stinks. Your breath
Jackson to
stinks.
daycare and I would like literally plan my whole life around it.
Oh my
Like
god. I know. I remember taking Benny to daycare because I was like, he needs to like socialize with other dogs and not just me. But then I would miss him. I would
like
literally
come
be at a
back.
coffee shop like 2 minutes down the road. I'd pick him up within an hour. I'm like, I take him back.
I used to watch the cameras all day. Like I would literally just sit there and watch the doggy daycare
Oh,
cameras because
they
like
didn't
they
have cameras. I wish
oh
they
my
did.
god. I was literally at work like with my phone propped up.
I
Behind the bar, probably drunk off
love
of
that.
Rumplemint's and just
Literally.
watching my dog on the cameras.
So cute.
I just told Ethan the story the other night. I went to go pick him up one day from daycare and I was like talking. This is so fucked up. I was talking to talking to the front desk person and I like wasn't really paying attention and they like brought Jackson out and just handed me the leash and I was still talking to the front desk person and I got all the way out the front door before I realized it wasn't Jackson. But it looked just like him. Like he was all black, white chest, one white paw. Literally, we get out the front door and I look down and this dog looks up at me and I go,
Stop.
"You're not Jackson." And we walk back inside. It was so fucking funny. I just literally
Stop. You almost stole someone's
yes,
dog.
I was like, "Oh my god." And then I was like, "Oh my god, imagine like them giving Jackson Jackson wouldn't go with somebody else. Like he'd be
No,
like,
but like imagine
no." It was so
dog
funny. Like
napping.
this look that this dog and I shared when we just like locked eyes when I looked down.
They're
Like he looked up at me like, "Are you my mom now?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, like this is the wrong dog.
What's the sound? You're not my dad.
You're not my dad. You are not my
Ugly
dad."
ass fucking noodle head.
This noodle head.
That's so
That
good.
poor dog. So I think
Oh.
we've talked about 10 minutes worth of actual topics today.
Sorry, guys. Sometimes we just gotta vibe.
Sometimes
and-
we do just, I mean, today is just a vibe, to be
I mean,
honest.
like, yeah, rebranding. I feel like it's just if you're not
It's a
going the
vibe.
route of like, it is a vibe, but like if you're not going the route of like, okay, I'm gonna have a professional like make me a logo. Like if you're branding, it's a lot different than just rebrand.
Yes.
And if you want a rebrand that's like, okay, you never maybe got a professional logo done, you maybe never got your color palettes, your fonts, like things like that is what you do need in your business. So
Mhm.
if you didn't get that done, like that rebrand would be a little bit more intensive. But for ours, I feel like it's just like a refresh and
Mhm.
I'm just excited to like have my new website that like sounds like me that
I'm so
it's
excited to see
just
it.
I know cuz it's just like it was good when it was good because I was like okay, this is like really professional, it looks clean, it
Mhm.
looks nice and I like the formatting of it still. It's just like I just need a little more spice on there. I need a little more
Yeah.
personality, you know?
The jizz.
The jizz, the jizz.
No, because your website now is amazing. Like she did a wonderful job. It's just, I
Yeah.
think, could be updated a little bit to be
Oh
more
yeah.
reflective
And
of
plus like
you.
the packages are like old and just
Mhm.
like one of my services isn't even on there. Like my monthly planning service isn't on there. And like I remember it wasn't even in my highlights before. So for people couldn't
Mhm.
even book that, but I had it on my Calendly. So I'm like, it's just like a lot of things that I had to look and be like, okay, I need to update this shit. And like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I
Yeah, it
just
was
want
a
it to
lot
look
of
so much better.
reflecting on what I've been
Yes.
doing for the last year and being like, okay, do I need this? Do I not need this? What
Mm-hmm.
needs to go where? And at the point that I was at, I mean, I'm sure you feel maybe not the same way with your website, but I was to the point where I needed to just start from scratch. Like I needed to
Mm-hmm.
just start from the beginning because again, I
Yeah.
felt like I was just piling new things onto old things and it just
Yeah.
wasn't meshing well.
Oh yeah,
But
every page I'm
now,
gonna delete and like
mhm,
redo, like to keep the format of it kind of because I liked the
yeah,
format. But I mean, there was a video on there from like 3 years ago when I first started. Like I had this like branding video done, and it's
mhm.
so old. Like I had a nose piercing in it still. I'm like, this was 3 years ago. Like why do I have this up here?
That's so funny. You
And it
should
was
have like,
great. I'm just like, this
yeah.
is old. Like I
So
can't.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
can't
like
have
it
that on
just
there.
feels so much better to have the fresh start. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I know, like I've worked with people in the past who like freak out about like having to put their website on private for like a day or two, but I'm like, just do it. Like just put it on private, get the shit done,
Mm-hmm.
get it back up. Like if that means you're missing out on a sale or two, like
Right.
the point of what you're doing should be to help that in the future. So it's like I get that it's like intimidating to kind of go dark for a
Yeah.
couple days, but
I don't mind because
worth
it's
it.
not like the sole. I feel like, and we talked about this too. It's not the sole place where people are like finding me and booking. Like most of
Mhm.
the dream clients are the ones that are finding me on TikTok and Instagram. So I'm like, as long as
Mhm.
I have everything updated on there and I'm posting and you get everything you need to see on social media now,
Right.
and that's where clients will find you. So I feel like it just depends on the brand that you are for websites. Because I don't know, say like I'm trying to think of a brand that like would maybe be more website than it is like social media. I don't know, like
I
real
mean
estate
like
maybe.
I mean, I feel like Abercrombie might be like a good example of that. Like, I
Well,
don't
yeah,
follow
yeah.
Abercrombie on
No.
Instagram, but definitely
Yeah,
go
when
to
they're
their
selling products, like,
website.
yes,
Yeah.
you probably want your website up, but like I'm not
Right.
selling anything on there, and
Right. Well,
most
that's what I
people
was.
will reach out on Instagram and book a call that
Mhm.
way.
Right. Like I redid my website and the whole time was like, I'm spending so much time on this and literally
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say for no reason, but like it needed to be done. So it was not like a
But it's
bad
there when people are like,
way
okay,
to spend time. But I was like,
looking at your
oh,
social
this
media
is so
page,
much
like,
work for something that like I really don't use
yes.
that often. Like it was so annoying, but
Mm-hmm.
it's done and now at least I know if somebody does use it,
Yes.
it'll be accurate.
And I'm sure they will. Like, they'll go to your website. If, like, right now, especially if you're not, like, posting actively,
Mhm.
like, I'm
Yeah.
sure they
Yeah,
can
yeah,
go to
yeah.
your website and see stuff there. And it's just, like, better to have it anyway, because there
Mhm.
are people that are going to want to be those website people. So
Right.
I think it's good to have still. Oh my God, they're fighting in the background.
Oh, love that for them. I don't our both of mine are outside, so who
They're
knows what they're doing out
wrestling.
there.
Probably just looking at the swans or whatever the hell you have in your yard.
Yeah, I don't know what they
Ducks.
are. Ducks. I think they're
Duck.
swans.
Swans.
They probably
Weren't
are.
there I think there were swans when I was there.
I think they're technically cranes, but I don't really know.
Mm,
So I don't call them swans
crane.
because I'm scared somebody will be like, "That's not a swan, you idiot." But I don't think they're swans.
No, swans are like all white, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if South
Whatever.
Carolina has swans. I'm 99% sure they're called cranes.
Okay.
And we have
We'll go with that.
mallard ducks. That's what they are. Oh wait, maybe they're
Wow.
not mallards. We have some
What's
kind
a
of duck.
mallard?
The like ones with the green head.
Oh.
The ducks that like float
I'll
and have
act as
green
though I know.
heads.
Sure.
You're like, oh yeah, the mallard. It's my favorite duck of the variety. Oh, should we talk? Well, I don't know if we should like talk about it because if people haven't watched it, but do you want to talk about Fool Me Once?
Oh my God, yeah. I'm
So, okay,
down.
full like spoiler alerts coming
Yes.
show on Netflix called Fool Me Once. We both watched it over the weekend and
Mm-hmm. So
finished
good.
it. So good. Not at all what I was expecting. Like,
No.
I thought for sure this was about to be like a sacrifice, like devil, Illuminati type shit. And it was not. But it was in my opinion, very good. It was just the
Mm-hmm.
last two episodes that were like, oh shit. Like, I did not
Yes.
see that coming at all. Like, when she said, I'm not here anymore, the Nicole girl, the girl that he was
Oh
seeing,
my God,
his
I was
wife,
like, what?
literally, Ethan
That's
and I looked
crazy.
at each other with like open jaws. And I was like, because I don't think he got it right away. Like, I don't think he put
Yeah.
it together that she was saying, like, I'm his dead wife. So I like looked
I
at him
didn't
and I was
either.
like, oh,
I
I
didn't
was
know
like,
that
that's his
either.
wife. But like I called it from the beginning that she wasn't a real person. I just didn't know who
Hmm.
she was. But like
Yeah.
they never said her name. Nobody else ever acknowledged her. Like it was
No.
giving I'm hallucinating.
Yeah.
But I didn't
I
put
didn't even
anything
catch on to
else
that.
together. Like I put nothing else together.
No. It was
Nothing.
like, no, and I think that was the point of them to be like, oh, I want you to think all these different people
Yes.
killed him or did it or like suspect different people. And I like love when shows do that because then you're like, holy shit, like I was not
Mm-hmm.
expecting that, or it makes sense in the end. Like it took a little bit to get to what actually happened until the last two
Mm-hmm.
episodes. Cause I remember Lex texted me and you were like, we're on like the 7th or the 8th. And I'm like, well, there's 10 and last two, you find everything out. I
Yeah.
was like, you need to finish this. Cause it was crazy. It's basically like this wife, her husband is shot during like this robbery in a park. And all of a sudden she sees him on the nanny cam, like when her babysitter is there. Um, I don't even know how to like explain this plot
No,
because there's just
there
so
is no
much going on.
explaining.
Like
I
her
mean,
sister
that's
also got shot. Like her sister
yeah.
died, and then her husband
The
died. Like
family's sketchy. There's a lot of sketchy
yes,
friends around. The detective's sketchy. Like there was
everyone's
just
sketchy.
so
Yeah,
much.
it's so crazy you need to watch it. Like, it was one of the best shows I've seen in a while, because like
Mm-hmm.
every plot now is like the same. I feel like this one was like, I was wondering like what was going to happen. I finished it in 2 days because I was like, I need to
Same.
freaking know like
I
what
just thought I
happens.
didn't even remember us talking about it. I just knew I saw the TikTok that showed the entire scene of her seeing him on the nanny cam. And I was like,
Yeah.
what is this? Like, but to me, that gave off like
Uh-huh.
ghost, paranormal, like blah, blah,
Same.
blah type of vibe. So I was like, okay, like maybe that's what we're going
Mm-hmm.
into. And then on Friday morning, Ethan was on FaceTime with his sister and she goes, have you guys heard of this show, Fool Me Once? And I was like, oh yeah, like we should watch that. And then we literally started it on Friday night and finished it last night.
Yeah, I started it like a week before you, I think, or like a couple days, because I did remember texting you. I was like, you have to watch Fool Me Once. It's so good. And then I told you like it's about this wife and she sees her husband on the camera, but
I
he's dead.
literally
And you're
do
like,
not remember that
you literally
conversation at
replied and
all.
you're like, oh my God, I think I would like that. And I was like, you would. It's so good. And then you
Like
text
it's
me and goes, have you
alarming to
seen
me.
Fool Me Once? And I
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
like
yeah.
it's like
I
alarming to
told
me
you
that
to
like
watch
I
it.
legit do not remember that conversation at all. I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
that
good
was
pick.
funny because I love that you texted me that. I was like,
You're like,
yes,
you're a
I
dumb
told you,
bitch. I'm already
I told
watching
you to
it.
watch it. But that's like something I would fucking say. And
It
you'd be
was
like,
something you
yeah.
would do.
You'd be like, yeah, I already told you to watch that. I just finished it. And I sent you back a picture. I'm like, currently on
That is
episode
so funny.
6.
Yeah, no, I literally don't remember that at all. So love that for
So
me and
funny.
my rotting brain. I guess I
No,
look at
literally. I
computer
need to do
screens for too
some,
long.
we need to do like some brain puzzles this year or
Yeah,
something.
like maybe we should learn how to play Sudoku or something.
I got to go back to the flute.
I'll pick up the violin if you want to pick up the flute.
No, do a saxophone. That's better.
So you want to
We
start a
could be a
band?
yes.
Is that what you're telling me?
Socially, musically.
Socially awkward.
Also, did you notice I have short nails now? Isn't that weird?
Weird. How do you feel?
I know. Honestly, like better, which like not aesthetically, but doing things.
See, I feel like mine have been long for so long now that when I try to do things with short nails, I like don't know how. Like I put
It
my
just feels so much.
contacts in a certain way.
Yeah, I would have to use like 2 fingers to like take out my.
Yeah.
Now I just like do it, or like typing. Like I don't know. It just feels better right now. But I'm sure I'll go back to the long nails soon. I just need a break. I'm like, it takes so
Yeah.
fucking long.
If I
They're
don't.
kind of cute, but it kind of looks like I'm a child bride with this on.
Not the child bride.
Hi, Quince.
I mean, less nail, let the ring take the spotlight, I see why
Yeah.
you did it.
Yeah. She'll look good.
She do look good. Well, I'm glad that we had this time together today, everybody. Thank you
Same.
for my eyes twitching.
This was silly, goofy.
Yeah, we love being in a
Episode.
silly, goofy mood. Thanks for being in a silly, goofy mood with us. I just realized my computer's on 2% because it wasn't plugged in this whole time. So
Mine, okay, that's what I'm annoyed about. My thing is plugged into the the thing, like the whatever, and it's not charging my computer. I don't know why.
that's
Gotta figure that
mine
out.
is just not plugged in.
So yeah,
Oops.
great note to end on.
Yeah, so
All
if
right.
I hang up, that's why. But yeah, hang out with us on Instagram, Socially Unfiltered Pod. Next week, we tentatively will be back with a guest. So we're very excited for that.
Can't
So we'll
wait.
talk to
And
you then.
if you haven't yet, check out our blueprint. Will be
Yes.
probably linked in our show notes.
Yes.
If you are looking to start in social media management and don't know where to start, we got you.
If listening to this didn't scare you away from us and you want
For
us
real.
to guide you through that journey, we're ready.
Trust us.
Okay, love you so much.
Okay, love you. Bye.